Hello, I'm Camila Guare with the news at 6. In this edition, Kikori lacking policing services, health experts consider traditional medicine, and Baramandis prepare for ICC T20 tourney in Japan. Sunnyside Christian School celebrated its 10th graduation and awards ceremony recently, marking a decade of faith-driven education and resilience.
Sunnyside Christian School celebrates 10 years of faith-driven education. Students, staff, and parents were acknowledged for the decade of success during the school's 10th graduation and award ceremony. School Director Frank Goy highlighted the school's growth from 50 students in 2021 to over 250 today, even though challenges like the COVID-19 pandemic. Goy outlined key achievements in 2025, including a new classroom, upgraded facilities, refreshed branding, and 2 buses for safe transportation. He appealed to authorities for land to expand, stressing that limited space and hinders development.
Without suitable space, it is difficult to accommodate our growing students' body. Today, I call upon the government leaders, partners, and stakeholders, even the parents, to join us in the national building effort together. We can create facilities worthy of the children and trusted to us. That's my special request. Grade 5 will be the last. Most of you know that there is no space in my school, my area.
Parents thank the school staff and teachers for not only teaching the kids to read and write, but for creating a safe space that is Christ-centered.
To read, write, and think. You have taught them kindness, resilience, and faith in God. You have reminded them that their value is rooted in who God made them to be, not in the marks they receive. For that, we are truly thankful. To the leadership team, thank you for creating an environment where learning is a joy, safe, and Christ-centered. The tone you set is the foundation on which our children thrive. Thank you, sir, for your leadership. To the parents and families.
This year's theme was Stick with God, Walk with God. Goy said by God's grace, they will continue their success story. Joanna Pile, TVWAN News.
Former leader of the opposition and member for Kiriwina Good Enough, Douglas Tomuriesa, has announced that several opposition members of parliament are set to cross over to join the government. This move represents a significant shift in the political landscape, potentially altering the balance of power within parliament. The official announcement regarding this transition is expected to be made soon, and it may include details about which MPs will move and the reasons behind their decisions to move over. Papua New Guinea is taking bold steps with community policing forums to create safer communities and strengthen community-driven justice systems through 2 initiatives under the EU-PNG Partnership for Good Governance.
The Department of Justice and Attorney General's Village Courts and Land Mediation Secretariat completed a community-based LPS training called the P4GG for 25 leaders in Tuboserio village in Central Province. Delivered by PNG Councillors Association trainers, the program equips officials and church leaders with trauma-informed skills for ethical community-led conflict resolution. Funded by the European Union, the P4GG is helping to build a justice and policing framework that prioritizes safety, dignity, and community leadership across PNG. On November 21, The Royal PNG Constabulary hosted its first community policing forum in Waigani, bringing together law enforcement officers and community leaders to address issues like domestic violence, petty crime, and lack of police patrols. Members of the community raised these issues, which included drunk and disorderly behavior. The aim of the forum was to strengthen collaboration between the police and the community for a joint action in addressing law and order problems. Presentations were also done by the Police Family Sexual Violence Unit and the Department of Justice and Attorney General's Village Courts and Land Mediation Secretariat. The P4GG and the Community Policing Forum share a common goal, empowering communities to prevent violence and resolve disputes ethically and effectively. This program strengthens frontline capacity, promote collaboration, and embed systems that will endure long after donor support ends. Joanna Pile, TVWAN News.
Police visibility in Kikori district of Gulf Province continues to face subsequent challenges due to the burning down of two of its police stations in Ihu and Baimuru areas. The Assistant Commissioner of Police Logistics, Chris Smith, confirmed this during a recent two-day visit to the district. Assistant Commissioner of Police Logistics, Chris Smith, visited Kikori district in Gulf Province and reported that the district is in need of police presence. He went to Wabo, Ihu, and Baimuru government stations and met with police officers there. He discovered that Ihu and Baimuru is lacking policing services after the police stations were burnt down by locals. Smith also noted the rundown police accommodation, resulting in a lack of manpower on the ground. He said with the government's aim to recruit more police officers, infrastructure must be in place in order for police personnel to live and effectively carry out duties. Wabo government station has police housing and a police station is being constructed. In Baimuru, police officers are operating out of a building at the station, while Ihu police officers are operating out of the LLG office. ACP Smith said the fact-finding visit was very important. He also spoke to community policing officers and leaders in the areas he visited. Camilla. The Waigani National Court has set February 6, 2026 to hear the substantive review application filed by Medang MP Brian Kramer, who is challenging his dismissal from office by a leadership tribunal. Presiding Judge Justice Purden Sali set this date for a half-day hearing when the legal grounds of Kramer's challenge will be fully heard. The Medang MP was dismissed from office after a leadership tribunal found him guilty of misconduct. He has taken the matter to court, arguing that the tribunal's decision should be subject to legal scrutiny and review. Sali said the case has been adjourned a couple of times due to the unforeseen illness of the state's lawyer. However, the state has now made a replacement. Justice Sali further urged both parties to come prepared, as this matter needs to be fully heard on the set date. This is TVWAN News. When we come back, health experts consider traditional Chinese medicine, and COIM holds final meet with IRC management.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, P&G and Mia. Find P&G made.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldspot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Goldspot.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV ikan go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama ikat HIV, long time long karing baby, na time baby isusu. Tasol yumi can help him bel mama, long lookout him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic, na kisim antenatal check. Time yumi pan him sick HIV ariap, o time bel mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV eagle long baby. This no talk sawa ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Change is constant.
The Consumer News and Business Channel.
It's not always easy to make sense of it all, unless that's what you've been doing for the past 35 years.
The action is just getting started.
Breaking news, unparalleled access, and in-depth reporting.
Our ambition is to be the best that we can be every day.
Empowering you from Wall Street to your street. CNBC.
You've forgotten what you did to me? This is exactly what you put me through. I'll show you who the real monster is. You'll be the first I'll come for.
What if he got trapped?
Trapped?
Someone had been suspected of colluding with his father. It's him, isn't it?
The truth has a way of coming out. My love?
Work of a serial killer?
A copycat.
Catch the season premiere of Flower of Evil, Wednesday, 24th December at 9 p.m.
Welcome back. The Port Moresby General Hospital has plans to establish a Chinese medicine center with the help of the China medical team and the city of Chongqing. Dr. Connie Sobi, PMGH Director of Medical Services, said this during the recent presentation of medical supplies by the 15th Chinese medical team.
At the recent presentation of medical supplies by the 15th China medical team to Port Moresby General Hospital, Director Medical Services Dr. Connie Sobi acknowledged the 23-year partnership with the China medical team, particularly in strengthening the neonatal intensive care unit. Dr. Sobi said other areas the Chinese medical team are working on with local partners are in surgical, urology, neurosurgery, and cardiology.
Grateful and glad to say that this area in specialty has been strengthened and really commitment to realize the specialist that we can provide right here in Chongqing.
Dr. Sobi was particularly impressed by the Chinese giving prominence to traditional medicine when he visited the traditional Chinese Medicine University at the municipal city of Chongqing in December 2024.
That, many of our patients, before they come to the hospital, they have tried various home remedies, traditional medicines, bush doctors or what you call. And by the time they come to the hospital, it's very late in their disease stage.
Dr. Sobi explained that this institute is about strengthening and identifying those areas of practice they as health professionals can legitimize and make known to the general population. He stressed that there must be proper processes in place in Papua New Guinea to appropriately legislate so the Papua New Guineans can benefit from these interventions.
So I think there is an opportunity for us to develop. Remember, not all Western medicine will be something that all our citizens will be able to afford and access. And so I think we need to look at ways in which we can facilitate what we already have.
Dr. Sobi confidently proclaimed that there are important plants that are only available in PNG that are of medicinal importance and have significant value in PNG. He added, it is something that can be explored and refined to benefit the country. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
SP Brewery's corporate dart teams, the Brewmasters and the Drought Masters, donated 11,000 kina to the Port Moresby General Hospital Oncology Unit following their victory in the Port Moresby Metro Corporate Charity Darts competition. The check presentation took place on Friday, 5th December at the SP Brewery head office in Port Moresby.
The Brewmasters and Drought Masters donated 11,000 kina of their prize money from the Port Moresby Metro Corporate Charity Darts competition to Oncology Unit at Port Moresby General Hospital. During the donation presentation at SP Brewery's head office, team captain Joshua Wanji said winning the competition was an honor, but the true reward comes for being able to support those who need it most. He said the team hopes their support makes a meaningful difference in the lives of patients and families facing an incredibly challenging journey. Wanji added that they are proud to stand with the community in the fight against cancer. Dr. Benjamin Deu, pediatrician at the Port Moresby General Hospital Oncology Unit, received the donation on behalf of the unit. He thanked the Brewmasters and Drought Masters, stating that this donation will help the unit carry out essential tests that enable timely diagnosis and treatment on cancer. Rex Litter, TV.
Treasurer Ian Lingstaki has admitted that PNG does not collect enough revenue to meet its development needs. Lingstaki, when congratulating former IRC Commissioner Sam Coim on his resignation, said the three core domestic tax the government focuses on, personal income tax, company income tax, and the goods and services tax, has declined from 16.4% of non-resource GDP in 2014 down to just 12.5% in 2024. He said this lack of collection is equivalent to a revenue shortfall of 3.5 billion kina.
Treasurer Ian Lingstaki's admission that Papua New Guinea is not collecting enough revenue to meet its development needs highlights significant challenges facing the country's fiscal policy. In his statement following the resignation of former IRC Commissioner Sam Coim, Lingstaki highlighted a concerning trend in the government's tax revenue, pointing out that the core domestic taxes, personal income tax, company income tax, and the goods and services tax have seen a notable decline over the past decade. Specifically, the Treasurer said the share of these taxes in relation to non-resource GDP has dropped from 16.4% in 2014 to just 12.5% in 2024. This declining trend raises alarm over the sustainability of financial resources dedicated to critical development initiatives in infrastructure, healthcare, and education, among others. Mr. Lingstaki reiterated that if revenue performance had been maintained at earlier levels, PNG would have achieved a budget surplus in 2024 and would now be paying down debt. Unfortunately, he said the 2026 budget expects these key taxes to fall even further as a share of the economy, down to just 12.3%. He explained that between 2012 and 2018, There was no year with such a low rate of core tax collections. The average over this period was 14.1%. The Treasurer stressed that PNG needs more revenue and better quality expenditures. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Outgoing Commissioner General of the Internal Revenue Commission, Sam Coim, held his final meeting on Tuesday, December 9, 2025, with the IRC senior management team. The gathering, comprising deputy commissioners and assistant commissioners, was emotional and reflective as they acknowledged the significant impact of his tenure. Throughout the discussions held on the final day of outgoing Commissioner General Sam Coim, the internal that defined Mr. Coim's tenure. In his parting remarks, Coim voiced his confidence in the team he is leaving behind, saying the foundations have been set, the vision is clear, and the momentum is real. The IRC extended its appreciation to Coim for his leadership and dedication in the pursuit of excellence and transformation in Papua New Guinea's tax administration. And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2357 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2282, $0.3407 Australian dollars, $0.1882 euro, and 35.53 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee, cocoa, and copper closed higher. Crude oil closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. This is TV1 News. We'll have the day's other stories and regional news after the break.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem, talk, young, or roll the scale, rice family meal with talk. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Senisi, go, let's get rice, low scale, scale price. Senisi, go, let's get rice, low scale, scale price.
But you like him?
Hands full? No problem. Use your voice to talk to TISA Bank.
Hey Siri, send 100 kina to mom.
Sending 100 kina.
Just say it and Siri does the rest. Super convenient, safe and secure. Always with you. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
When nations collide and technology disrupts, the world stands at a turning point. This December, China's restrictions on rare earth exports have shaken the world as the US looks for alternatives.
Securing supplies is only a first step.
Could the Asia-Pacific hold the key to solving the rare earth problem? In the new season of When Titans Clash, the race for rare earths. When ATMs across Taiwan were hacked and began spitting up millions in cash.
有2名外国男子全副武装遮掩，在领款的过程中，后面的民众认为他可能是车手，就准备要报警。
Watch how Taiwanese police cracked the code and took down an international cybercrime syndicate inside the great ATM heist. Across parts of Asia, the digital native generation is challenging power.
They want a society that is fair.
Are governments ready for the Gen Z rebels demanding change? This December on CNA.
Eternal rivals face off against one another like... Bellingham, here's Rodrigo, and it's 4-1 Real Madrid!
It's not football, it's La Liga.
Welcome back. The daughter of one of Papua New Guinea's iconic political figures, the late Sir Yambaki Okuk, has been awarded at a film festival in Los Angeles for her documentary titled Love Letters. Nikki Okuk premiered Love Letters, her first short documentary film, in Europe earlier this year. The docu-film went on to win awards in film festivals in the United States.
Daughter of one of Papua New Guinea's iconic figures, Sir Yambaki Okuk, has won film awards in the United States for telling personal stories through film. Nikki Okuk premiered her first short documentary film titled Love Letters in Europe early this year, and the film has since won the Best Short Film at the Las Vegas Black Film Festival and recently won Best Documentary at the Los Angeles Underground Film Festival. Love Letters tells the story of her husband who was arrested and jailed as a young man for graffiti. He faced more than 34 years in prison. Ms. Okuk said Papua New Guineans can tell their own stories rather than have someone else tell it for them.
I was looking around a couple of years ago at sort of the films that were being made about Papua New Guinea and Papua New Guineans, and they were mostly being made by outsiders. And I thought that it was really important that we start to tell our own stories and claim our own narratives. I think in the film industry, I live here in Los Angeles, where there's just so many resources for the film industry and for filmmakers. And I started to think about, what were the ways or the roles that I could play to begin to bridge that gap. So I was really interested in creating a documentary project about my father and Papua New Guinean independence.
Ms. Okuk visited PNG late last year to collect archive footage and interviews on the life of her late father, and is working on producing another film in honor of her late father. While perceiving Sir Yambaki's story, she encountered challenges, especially in retrieving old footages from the early days. She had to raise funds in order to pay for this historical treasured resource she needed for her film project.
What's really holding up my father's project right now actually is that so much of the incredible archival footage that is available about us, about our country, about many Pacific nations actually, are with the Australian Broadcast Corporation. And the licensing and permission fees to use all of that incredible footage is quite expensive. So I think it's really a challenge for independent filmmakers, for Pacific Island filmmakers across the Pacific who maybe would like to start telling our own stories, to figure out ways to sort of access this incredible treasure trove, which is really our history.
Ms. Okuk said the film documentary is both a personal project and one that she hopes will educate the future generation about the masters of the past so they too can be masters of their future. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
In regional news, an Australian man on trial for alleged drugs offences in Indonesia has said he was deceived and coerced ahead of being sentenced by a Bali court. Lama Aci, who is 42 years old, was arrested in Bali in May after Indonesian police tracked the delivery of 2 packages containing cocaine to his apartment in North Kuta. Inside was 1.7 kilograms of cocaine worth about $1.1 million, concealed across more than 200 chocolate wrappers. A trial for Mr. Archie began in September, with the 42-year-old denying knowing there was cocaine in the packages, saying he had them delivered as a favor to a friend. Australian children banned from having social media accounts as world first age limit laws take effect. The South Australian state government announced funding for a program to empower parents to delay smartphone access to change social norms for future generations.
Passing kids a longer childhood. The Premier in the schoolyard playing up the benefits of living life smartphone free.
We believe very firmly in the power and the value of young people enjoying the world around them.
From tomorrow, under 16s will be banned from social media platforms including TikTok, Snapchat and Instagram. The government today committing more than $6 million for the Wait Mate program, connecting parents who pledged to delay giving their kids smartphones until at least high school.
The longer we hold fast together, the better the outcomes for our kids.
The new opposition leader was also looking to the future, drawing election battle lines one day into her new role.
Today we want to make a guarantee that taxes will always be lower under a Liberal government.
Payroll tax hasn't moved, that threshold hasn't moved in that long, that at least a movement in that threshold I think is necessary.
Ashton Hearn says she'll stick with some election commitments already made, like those in health, but others are being reviewed.
Certainly when it comes to all of the economic levers, we'll be looking at those really closely.
With the review underway, a big question is whether the new opposition leader will abandon a controversial plan to help first home buyers and downsizers by abolishing stamp duty, which generates more than $1.5 billion for the state's economy each year. It's a plan the Labor government has labelled reckless and dangerous.
A new mosque is opening in the old Lindisfarne Uniting Church in Hobart. It comes as Tasmania faces a period of brain drain, with more people leaving the state for interstate opportunities than coming. The owners of House of Guidance Hobart say some also leave due to a lack of religious and cultural services in Tasmania, which they hope to address.
For more than a century, this church on Hobart's eastern shore held regular Christian services.
This was a very vibrant suburban community.
When two churches merged, the congregation made a difficult decision to sell this one. But they're welcoming the new custodians.
There's a new life coming to this space, a new community who've got religious faith, even if a slightly different flavour to the Uniting Church Christian flavour.
The old chapel hall will now house Islamic prayers, Arabic language classes and Islamic studies.
It has been serving the community for more than a century, and the House of Guidance Hobart will continue this legacy.
Tasmania is the only state or territory without an Islamic school, although this year Bowen Road Primary began offering Islamic studies. When healthcare workers Hood and Heber came to work in Australia, they fell in love with Tasmania, but they say many Muslim people and migrants often leave due to a lack of services, with a physical place of worship remaining an important need.
A lot of migrants are skilled migrants, professionals here in Tasmania, and it's really important for them.
We love everything here, and for this reason we wanted to stay and maybe instead of just leaving because of the lack of services, just to create the services.
Their commitment to community, to education, to being part of the wider community, I think that enriches all of us.
There's growing pressure on governments to introduce regular cancer screening for full-time and volunteer firefighters. Research has linked firefighters' exposure to smoke and toxic chemicals to increased cancer rates.
After more than a decade as a volunteer firefighter, Matthew Petch isn't on the fire ground this year.
So trying to stop the fire from coming across.
About a year ago, the Kalamunda man was diagnosed with cholangiocarcinoma, an unusual bile duct cancer.
It just rocked our worlds, it rocked their family's world, my world.
After a visit to the doctor, Matthew Petch says he started to connect the dots.
And I thought about it and I said, oh look, actually I have been part of the volunteer fire and rescue. And he clicked his fingers and he said, oh, that's where it'll be from.
The World Health Organization classifies firefighting as a Group 1 carcinogen, meaning there's evidence the job can cause cancer in humans. Matthew Petch wants firefighters to be regularly screened for early signs of the disease.
So we've got treatment this week.
In Collie, it's already happening, with the local volunteer brigade partnering with a GP to screen the town's firefighters for any abnormalities.
We'd like to see it further rolled out and further promoted by the organisation.
The risk is on the minds of career firefighters too.
See one or two friends or people from Perth, or, acquaintances, leave the job due to cancer or take a significant time off work.
The United Professional Firefighters Union says current testing falls short of what's needed. The Department of Fire and Emergency Services is reviewing the medical assessments it provides. Across Australia, governments will compensate firefighters who contract some cancers. In WA, Matthew Petch's cancer isn't covered.
I have massive regrets of obviously exposing myself to those risks.
He thinks authorities need to take more responsibility for those on the fire ground.
Fighting between Thailand and Cambodia has spread to new parts of their contested border, forcing more than 140,000 civilians to flee the violence. At least 10 soldiers and civilians have been killed on both sides in the latest spate of fighting, officials have said. The two countries have blamed each other for the renewed clashes over the century-old border dispute, which saw Thailand launch airstrikes and use tanks against its neighbor on Monday. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio urged both sides to stop fighting, protect civilians, and adhere to the peace deal struck in October. This week's clashes are the deadliest since the neighboring nations engaged in 5 days of intense combat in July. You're watching TVWAN News. Fong claims NGI Open title and Barras prepare for Japan T20. That's next in sports.
Always on WhatsApp? Then this is your style of banking with TISA. Check your account balance or even chat with a TISA Bank agent. Get started today by following these simple steps. 1. Save TISA Bank's official WhatsApp number in your phone. 2. Open WhatsApp and send a simple hi. 3. Follow the menu to start banking. It's that easy. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
Okay. Yep.
Hi.
Yes.
Can I get a loan for my PNV contract?
You need to fill out these forms, these ones, and then you can get back to me. Okay?
Hello? Hello? Anyone? Hi, I'm Kenny. Can I get a loan here?
Not here. Not right now.
Hi, I'm Kenny. Can I get a loan here?
Of course, Kenny. I'll take down your details. I'll help with the credit check.
Thank you.
And I'll help with your business plan.
1 car Kenny. 20 car Kenny. 1000 car Kenny. FinCorp. Fast forward your finance from zero to hero.
Hello from Momase. Here, your worries float away like water to the sea. Friendships bloom. Adventure beckons. And wonderful experiences await every traveler. Immerse yourself in amazing sights and sounds. A cool breeze and a warm welcome.
Hello, Pearl! Hello, Pearl!
Rich history. Lapping waves. Lush forests. And cool waters. The soul of Momas's culture is rich and alive, and its people can't wait to welcome you and say, there's fly, play, and stay packages to suit your budget. See how we can get to know each other at papuaNewGuinea.travel.
This is Gospel Africa.
You will always win. You will always win. You never lost the battle. You never lost the battle. You will always win. You will always win. You never lost the battle. You never lost the battle. You will always win. You will always win. You never lost the battle. You never lost the battle. You will always win. You will always win. You never lost the battle. You never lost the battle. You will always win. You will always win.
This is Gospel Africa.
Jian Fong, representing TVWAN, is the new champion of the NGI Open after defeating his brother, Nathan, in the 2025 New Guinea Islands Snooker Open title. The NGI Open was held over the weekend in Kimbe, West New Britain Province, with over 30 players participating in both men's and women's divisions.
The road to claim the NGI Snooker Open title was challenging, with some of the best snooker players in the country lining up in Kimbe. Dizon Fong, the runner-up in the 2024 Open, did not let the pressure deter his hunt for the title. He was all in for the event, taking out his opponents with ease and precision. The tournament got even more interesting when his brother Nathan qualified for the final battle. Dizon held off his brother Nathan, who also represented TVWAN, to clinch the title. The defending champion, Marcus Nang, didn't participate in the 2025 NGI snooker race, which gave 32 players, including Dizon and Nathan, a chance to claim the NGI Open title. The more experienced Dizon, with several titles under his belt from previous years, had the upper hand over Nathan to claim the prestigious NGI Snooker Open title. Dizon was presented with the NGI Snooker Shield with 4,000 kina cash and a winner's trophy, while Nathan smiled away with the runner-up trophy and 2,000 kina. Coming third was Monty Fong, while Chris So-On-Wai from Alatau finished in fourth place. In the women's category, it was a West New Britain affair as Maxwellyn Gunambela of the New Mosa Club defeated Annie Sitapai of San Remo Club to claim the 2025 New Guinea Islands Women's Snooker title. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
The Papua New Guinea Barramundis have resumed their training ahead of the ICC World Cup T20 qualifier set for May 2026 in Tokyo, Japan, after a challenging campaign at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia EAP qualifier in Oman last October.
Head coach of the PNG Barramundis, John Ovia, has retained a 24-player squad for the ICC World Cup T20 qualifier set for May 2026 in Tokyo, Japan. The team is now in the third week of a rigorous training schedule, primarily focusing on strength and conditioning as well as refining skill sets. Two senior players, Captain Asad Vala and Damien Bravo, are currently in Australia. Cricket PNG has welcomed the expertise of Australian strength and conditioning specialist Tim McCaskill, who has been leading the Barramundis conditioning sessions since his arrival a few weeks ago.
We are thankful to have a Tim McCaskill from Australia, who has been a very big impact in the program, setting the high performance training not only for the Barras, but the Levers, the under-19s, CLS and Grassroots as well. So it's a very big bonus for us.
Coach Ovia emphasized the progress seen over the past weeks, with players reaching personal bests and improvements evident across the squad. The immediate goal remains to elevate overall fitness and conditioning before finalizing the team for the Japan qualifier.
Especially the condition, as you witness, boys are running. They improve a lot since the first week of strength and condition training. And this week we could see that some of the guys are hitting the personal best, and it's very, very impressive for them and also the team as a whole.
Ovia also highlighted the immediate focus is getting the boys' condition up before they finalize the squad for the World Cup qualifier in Japan in May 2026. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The NCD Kurakum Rugby League Academy, a grassroots sports initiative originating from 9 Mile in the Mosby North-East electorate, is all set to stage its grand finals this Saturday, December 13th. It will be played at the iconic National Football Stadium Oval 2, marking a significant milestone for the young academy.
The finals is set for the NCD Karakum Rugby League Academy thanks to the support from the National Football Stadium Management and the Port Moresby Rugby League. Matches will kick off at 10 a.m. for both the boys and girls competitions in the under-10, under-12, under-14 and under-16 divisions. The Karakum Academy program is still in its infancy stages, was founded by longtime 9 Mile resident John Alungi, a former Angamioks and late Tigers player. Alungi is currently the president of the academy. A launching was held today at the PRL White House, officiated by major partner and naming rights sponsor Dr. Michael Mai. Dr. Mai specializes in mental health and has been instrumental in promoting early child learning and educating youths on the importance of positive mental health. His efforts aim to encourage young settlement children to channel their energy into sports like rugby league away from crime.
But how do we at the grassroots level, at the settlement level, at the village level, tap into this now, align ourselves, position ourselves for the benefits that are going to come out? It starts with a foundation. Everything starts with a foundation. You make a stronger foundation, house person up. Likewise, for a young child, the foundation has to be strong. Family unit strong, school strong, free time, put them into rugby.
Alungi is enthusiastic about the growth of the academy, noting that the number of participating teams has increased from 16 to 22 since it was established in 2024.
First year, me talk finish me one former players. I got a trophy, I got something blow me stop house. And me first year, me running time, me use him this level trophy blow me. No around the sponsor, no around the support, no around the help. Me just running for a love of game. Now when something with me play overseas na. Me looking more weakness. Now when me looking more weakness tab under 10 division, so me come down na me starting lo 10 na come on tab na. Since then no around the sponsor. Me talk me all trophy where me at me play na win him lem. Now this last lovely go trophy me give him back lol as a present or some prize blow grand final.
He said the initial focus area of the academy was the Northeast region. However, interest is now growing from other electorates with plans to include them in the 2026 season. Meanwhile, Northeast residents are being invited to come out to the NFS and support the young athletes in their grand final battles.
This year, na good luck and good time just down in the interface or the sending men chakala interface na establish on the tingu lista mantasi.
Planti belum dalam kan usah play, but tempri ni kurang pun kami cinti salah main gina bau, nam dah salah main gina bau cintu na play rugby. Itu thank you na.
Mi belum feel poret lilik but tasi setahun belum satu belum game belum mani belum play belum mas play usah non kamabo semul play non ting semul merin na play usah geli referee staff na ibla staff.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Rising 21-year-old East New Britain Egmark Guria's prop forward, Greg Informant, is making impressive strides just 6 weeks after joining the PNG Hunters' initial train-on squad for the 2026 QRL Host Plus season. His impressive display in the 2025 season caught the attention of selectors, leading to his call-up to the PNG Hunters initial train-on squad.
21-year-old Eastern Britain Agma Guria's prop forward Cragen Forimat was initially scouted by the PNG RFL Head of Pathways and Development, Joe Grimmer, who went on to coach him in the 2024 Junior Cumuls team that held the Australian schoolboys to a 22-all draw at full time. Following this standout performance, he received an invitation for a train and trial opportunity with the 2024 Hunters training squad as a development player. Born to an Oro father and Gulf mother, Cragen's talent was quickly recognized when the Gurias signed him up for the 2025 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup. There, he established himself as a formidable young enforcer within the Gurias pack, showcasing his potential and strong performances throughout the season. His impressive display in the 2025 season caught the attention of selectors, leading to his call-up to the PNG Hunters initial train-on squad. Reflecting on his journey, Cragen shared that reaching this level feels unbelievable, but he attributes his success to unwavering dedication and hard work, which have certainly paid off. Now 6 weeks into Block 1 of the Hunters preseason program, Cragen said it's been a challenge getting used to the new system and the level of intensity that comes with it, but he remains focused on putting in the hard yards to refine and develop his game. With the recent departure of Hunters' mainstay prop forward, Epel Capinius, Coach Paul Ayton is keen to give this young talent a crack at the top level with the PNG Hunters as they look to re-strategize and rebuild their stock following the loss of more than half of their playing group from the 2025 season, who have moved on to pursue other opportunities. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And now, the weather. In southern Port Moresby, cloudy periods, then few showers and possible thunderstorms. In Popondetta, cloudy periods, then some rain or rain showers and thunderstorms. To the Momase region, Lae, cloudy periods, then few showers. Vanimo, cloudy periods, then some showers and possible thunderstorms. To New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, cloudy with rain or rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy periods with rain or rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, cloudy periods, then few rain or rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods, then few rain or rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas slight to moderate with southeasterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeast to southwest winds of 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 33 knots at times. Bismarck Sea, seas moderate to rough with northwest to westerly winds of 15 to 25 knots, reaching 33 knots at times. Pacific Ocean, seas rather rough to rough with southwest to northwest winds of 20 to 33 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, and waters of Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG or Indonesian border, and waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 2 to 3 meters. Waters of East and West New Britain, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of New Ireland and Bougainville, seas 1.5 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. That ends the news tonight. Pleasant viewing. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by